What's up, my YouTube family? What's going on? You are tuning in to another episode of Whatcha Cookin Glenda, and on tonight's menu is going to be my meatloaf. Now, you've probably seen my meatloaf before. I'm gonna do something a little different. Over here, I have some cut up. I'm gonna turn this butter down. Cut up green and orange bell peppers. That's different because I don't put orange bell peppers in my meatloaf. However, use what you have. If you have red, use red. And then I also have some onions. What I don't normally do is saute them first and add them to my meat. That's something that I don't ever do. I always just add them raw to the meat and they cook in, and they cook just fine like that. They do. They cook just fine. So while I'm doing this, just a little bit of housekeeping. If you want to be part of the G Squad, all you have to do is click that subscribe button. Make sure that your notification bells are on, and you will be updated every time we upload a new video. Thank you guys for continuing to come back and support us. Make sure that you watch our videos. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and we're trying to get our watch hours up as well. So yeah, this is what we're doing. We're gonna saute these and we're gonna add them to our meat. I have this on a low heat just for now with a couple of pads of butter, maybe just 2 tablespoons of butter. If y'all see me cook my hamburger meat, you know I always mix a pound of ground turkey to the ground beef. I don't know, it just gives it a better texture or something to me. It's different and it tastes good. It maybe make me feel like I'm eating healthy. So I'm gonna break off. I've got some, how much hamburger beef over here? 3.49 pounds of ground beef. So yes, this is a 4 pounds of ground beef. This is gonna be a 4-pound meatloaf. I always fix a meatloaf this big with the amount of folks that's in the home. So we gotta make sure we feed the crew. All right, so to this meat mixture, I'm going to add in some eggs. Is it working? I'm going to add in a couple of eggs because we want to make sure, and I'm only doing a couple because I'm also adding some breadcrumbs to help to bind it as well. So we can put our couple eggs in there. Alright. Something different that I do that nobody else that I've seen thus far do for their meatloaf. I'm going in with the quad, you guys. Y'all know what the quad is. If y'all been watching my channel, you know what the quad is. One thing I'm going to do, but that I always do, is I go in with some shredded cheese. It helps to me with the moisture, and it does, like, you don't really taste the cheese. It adds a little something, little zing, little something, a little bit of zing. Got some onion powder here, granulated onion powder. If you just have the regular, like, fine onion powder, use that. Some garlic powder here. Also, something different that I'm doing is I'm going in with some Goya. This Sazon. Y'all know I like my total, complete, perfect seasoning. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that. And guess what, y'all? I'm sorry, I do not have measurements. I do not measure when I'm cooking, only when I'm baking. Right now, as my girl Strong Mommy Chrissy would say, we're gonna eyeball that ish. And I'm going in with some basil. in my breadcrumbs. Just eyeball that. If I feel like it needs more, give me a glove. Then I will add more to it. I've got some leftover mild cheddar here. I'm going in. It's probably just like a handful of this mild cheddar cheese. And then I also have a little bit of leftover in my Ziploc bag of like a Mexican cheese, Mexican blend cheese. It's probably a half of a handful. I'm just going to use it up. I'm going to get me a hand gloved up. And give me some tomato sauce here. This is just a can of tomato sauce. I've got a 15-ounce can right here that I'm gonna go in with almost all of it. Now it's smelling like I like. Alright. So now I'm going to go in with, let me try to get this in the camera, our vegetables. All of those sauteed vegetables that we sauteed in a couple of pads of butter, and I know it's hot, but if you dig from the bottom back up, you'll be okay. Or if at this point you want to take your spoon and stir it, because you might be afraid of that little bit of heat. Okay, so we're back. We've got our meatloaf all made up, and I'm about to dump it out on this broiler pan. And we're just going to loaf it up. Sauce on there. You can even save some of this sauce for later. That's what it looks like. Almost like a barbecue sauce. And I just like to spread it all over a thin layer, and then I'll add some more. Now what you can do is you can put this in the oven for like 30 minutes and then take it out and put you another layer of sauce on there. Okay, so we are putting this in the oven at 350 degrees, and we're gonna check back probably like in 45 minutes or so to an hour to see where we are. This is cooking on a convection oven, so it should take less time to cook, but if you just bake it at 350 degrees regular, make sure you just check it, make sure it's nice and done, and depending on how much meat you have, that's going to determine how long you leave it in the oven to cook. So we'll put this in the oven and we will be right back. So we are back, and this is our finished product with our meatloaf. What you want to do is let this meatloaf sit for about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Let it cool down before you cut into it. So the next time you see this meatloaf, it will be on a plate. We want to thank you for stopping in and reaching out and doing all that you do for our channel. We appreciate you. We will see you next time on Whatcha Cookin Glenda.